Oh, really?
Yep, really. Hello, Brett. Hello, Sonny. Welcome
Hey
back.
guys.
We're up, boys. We're on the live feed. I love it.
Brett, where are you?
Man, I'm in California, actually. It's a little overcast this morning. Maybe it'll cut away, but by this afternoon, everything you see back here, it's going to be blue skies, baby. California.
Looks
I'm
pretty
in-
sunny from here.
I'm in Irvine.
Speaking of Sonny, what you doing? How's the cap collection? You get one of those out the door yet? Did someone win?
I haven't. No, it's like end of the month, and someone's going to get this cap right here. I might add some extra caps in there, try and incentivize some people to join. But hoping to add a South African cap to the collection. Heading out there on Monday next week, so that's going to be fun. Stellenbosch. It's going to be a fun one.
Stellen what?
Stellenbosch, baby.
That's a city?
It's got a swimming pool. It's like one of them 50-meter swimming pools. It's sunny.
Nice.
And we're going to do some training there.
That's in South Africa.
It's in South Africa.
Are you
hooking up with Chad Leclos?
Yeah. So, I'll be with Chad. We'll have some people from his club team coming and join us just to make practice a little bit more interesting. And yeah, it should be a fun little month out there.
Nice.
That's
goodness.
funny. That's funny. I love that.
Getting started off right, boys. All right, Brett, where you been? You've been in Las Vegas. That's the first thing up here. I was just thinking like, hey, we haven't caught up in a while. Where have you been? What are you doing out there? Did you go check out the Sandpipers in Nevada?
Yeah, man. Listen, I work. You guys know I work full time. Sonny, stop putting that drink down. It keeps messing with your mic, and Nate's going to have a heart attack. I work full time for Fitter and Faster Swim clinics. You guys know that. So I went out there, and they actually what they did was the Southern California Swimming actually had like a 14 and under select meet. They had a meet on, and they selected the best 14 and under kids, and they kind of broke them up into 4 teams, and they competed over the weekend. It was kind of cool. But what I did, I went out there and did some lectures, and then I worked with Ron Aiken's top group. He selected 10 athletes, and on Friday night we went through kind of a turns clinic, and I worked with a couple of Olympians that he had out there, Bella Sims and Katie Grimes. So we got to do I got to do turn work with them, and they loved it. It was great. So it was fun. And then Saturday came back and worked with Ron a bit, and then we did a podcast. We recorded Ron and got to the bottom of some stuff. So yeah, cool podcast coming out with Ron Aiken probably next week sometime.
So that's cool. So you got to hang out with like some of the best up and coming female athletes in the country.
Well, listen, mate, who in America or in the world has 2 Olympians on their high school team? I mean, there's 3, but one of them has gone off to college now, but 2 of them are still in high school training. And let's just stick with America. I mean, it's just unheard of. You don't have high school girls on the U.S. Olympic team, and they got 2 in the one squad. And that was kind of my message to the group. I said, guys, the ones that aren't on the Olympic team, the other 8 people that were at the clinic, I was like, you guys are surrounded by greatness. I mean, these girls are on the Olympic team. If you're not coming in and learning from watching what they're doing and how they're doing it and wanting to be where they are, and then I told the other kids, your responsibility is now to make them even better than they are. You hold them accountable, because they're on the Olympic team, but they want to be the best swimmers in the world now. So your job as teammates is to make them better. So it was kind of cool. Got to, Ron just gave me a freedom to work with him for an hour, which I was really impressed with. So it was a cool time. Yeah, I learned some, they learned some, and man, he's got a group down there of age group is just killing it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's way more depthy than you think too. It's not just those 2 girls, they got a lot of boys that are really fast too. And they already had a history of putting kids on the team. I mean, this is where Cody Miller came from, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So that team more than anybody has seen what one person can do. I mean, Cody's arguably the most famous swimmer because of his YouTube channel for so many years now. Anyways, that being said, cool. Sounds like a fun trip. I haven't listened to the podcast yet because we're kind of backed up. We got a few in the hopper here, and we'll get to watch some videos. I cut a little video from Herbie and Kayla and over off just so we'll look at those in a little bit. But the big story is obviously we're not having long course world championships is what it sounds like. Japan's I don't know. It sounds like a big contract dispute. Like, hey, you can't have it anywhere else because you signed the contract with us. But hey, we don't want you there. We don't want you to show up either. So the protocols are going to be really, really hard. And I would assume that they're still trying to figure out a way. But it sounds like we're in this stalemate. It's what it sounds like from reading about it.
Sonny, I don't know if you've heard anything. I'll let you answer this in a second. But what I heard is they're actually trying to flip-flop the agreements right now. So Doha would actually be when what's the one in, where are they going?
Fukuoka.
So they're going to flip, they're talking about flip-flopping Doha for Fukuoka for Doha, and doing it that way. So maybe there's still a possibility. I don't know. This is what I've heard. So Sonny, you heard anything?
I've not heard anything more than I think everyone has, but the thing that's quite important to note is that Qatar Worlds, Doha Worlds, was always going to have to be in the winter months because of how hot it is there. And for things like open water swimming, they can't have it when Worlds normally is. So it was already a bit of a predicament. And even if they do that flip-flop, then you're looking at like an October, November long course Worlds this year, and then short course Worlds still being in December. Like, something's got to give. And even in this like new timeline that people are sort of anticipating, you've got 2024 long course Worlds in January, which is like 5 months after the new Japan long course Worlds dates, and then like 6 months before Paris Olympics. Like, there's no real way like this is going to work seamlessly. And one of the big reasons for this is that Qatar can't have the July-August Worlds because you can't have open water swimming in July and August in Qatar. You can't have high diving outside because they will melt on the top of the board. Like, it's no. But also, before we confirm anything, it's not been, like, as I said, there's still talks obviously going on and nothing's official, but it's put a lot of people in a predicament because everyone's got different meets on. The Commonwealth nations have got commies this year in the UK, in Birmingham. Europeans are still happening for the European swimmers. But for someone like you, Brett, with your athlete, Bruno, you go from having Worlds to target to nothing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
mate, we're devastated in that sense. We're actually targeting kind of those June European meets right now. The Mare Nostrum and the Setta Coley as maybe a taper and shave meet for Bruno, and try and swim real fast there. I mean, they're brilliant meets. We love them. But yeah, there's no real prize. It's just kind of like post a time. And that's kind of what we're aiming for right now. Yeah, that's kind of plan B. Nate, do you have the little thing you put together? I thought that was funny of the cancellation of Worlds and the ISL.
Oh yeah, I can find that.
Yeah. All right, Sonny, you keep going then while he finds that.
Well, while he finds that, I was going to say, like, does that, for you and Bruno, you don't have to like disclose any of your behind the scenes talks, but does that make Bruno want to maybe get involved with the ISL again and do that for a year while he sort of waits for the meets to come back around? Or
actually, mate, I don't mind exposing our behind the scenes talks.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. So yeah, I'm all for it. Bruno, yeah, we've thrown that possibility around. Look, everybody knows he doesn't love short course swimming. It just breaks his rhythm when he goes through that turn. So it's just not ideal for him. But he's like, look, if I was to put in a preparation period to prepare for it and then do all the racing, why not? So it's definitely something that we're discussing. It's a possibility right now. There are other long course meets during the summer, so it's good. It's exciting. Hopefully those won't cancel on us. But yeah, I mean, if the ISL comes out and says, here's a season and you can make a ton of money and get a lot of racing, I mean, we'd be pretty silly not to consider it, right?
Yeah, no, that was what I was curious about, and I think people are going to get involved with ISL a little bit more willy-nilly now, especially all the Americans who don't have Worlds. I mean, I think it's really the American nations that really lose everything because Asians have got Asian games, Europeans have Europeans, and then all the Commonwealth nations. But like for the Commonwealth, like the British team, for example, it really frees up the summer because they were going to have the most hectic summer of all time. But then it only relieves it sort of momentarily before that year that's proposed, the whole 2023 Worlds into 2024 Worlds into Olympics, is just
madness.
It's stupid. Something has to give. Like,
yeah.
And then we're gonna go to another short course Worlds again. Great.
Yeah.
That's like the last thing I want to see. Can they at least just turn it from short course to long course and then just drop one of them? Look, a lot of this is contract attorneys. That's what it is. There's a lot of legalese in this, and there's a lot of money. So you can't just cancel and go somewhere else, all willy nilly.
Sonny, where's the Commonwealth Games at?
It's the UK. It's Birmingham.
UK. Now they've just, if I'm not mistaken, they've just they've taken away the mask mandate, haven't they? You guys don't have to wear masks anymore.
I'm pretty sure they're slowly getting rid of everything here. I think by the time Commonwealth's come about, like it'll be free for all. Be like you guys in America and stuff. It's looking
well.
really
America, we have to wear masks. I mean, you travel on a plane, you go. You even have to show your ID. I mean, to go in a restaurant in New York, if you don't have a vaccination card, you can't come in the restaurant. And there's places like that. I'm just using New York as an example.
Yeah.
But pretty wild.
Maybe the UK are getting a little freer than America now, and they looks like they're doing a good job of getting rid of some of the restrictions, and it's feeling pretty good over here.
Well, sorry.
I was just going to say that's what the ISL did so good last year, was going and finding the places that would allow everybody, right? That's one of the that is the challenge.
So Sonny, is there word then on when it's happening, or they're kind of like reconsidering things?
I don't think the World's announcement made any massive changes to what the ISL already planned on doing. It already planned on being a slightly bigger season. And there's only pen on paper dates at the moment. There's no absolutes just yet. They're just working out, because it's exactly what you just said. There's trying to pick countries and locations where, COVID restrictions aren't going to become an issue, because even though they've done a good job, Naples was brilliant. Eindhoven, we had one match in Eindhoven with spectators, and then they had this 8 p.m. curfew. And Brett, you saw this in person as well. It was, I think it was 5 p.m. when by the
time I get there, it's 5 p.m. So it was just miserable.
And it's kind of like, well, we've already booked this pool for a month now. Like, we're not going to up and leave to another country where we could have spectators again. And the IS have done a good job of giving refunds to all the people that had bought tickets, but they want to not be in a position where that happens. They want to have spectators. Spectators are a huge thing of the ISL and a huge thing in sport in general. So, but there's going to be more ISL this year than last year. That's for sure.
I know they are. I know they're considering California. I know they're considering. I'm not sure why Florida they're not, but they are. I don't think there's any pools in Florida.
Thunderstorms.
Right, yeah.
That's what Coach Marsh said. You can't. I mean, they come every single day. Yeah, but it would be that's what I said last week when Coach was on the show, because I said, well, they just let you do anything down there.
Right. Yeah. It's a thunderstorms. Yeah.
All right, here's a little meme that I made after the news came out.
It's funny because I can see Constantine being the guy that's coming out.
I should have Constantine's head on it.
Should have. You messed that up. That's funny.
I love that app. That app is so funny. It's so easy to make these little memes.
You're good at it. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Well, actually, there's this guy on Twitter, Jacob Swain. Is his last name Swain? I think so. Jacob Swain. He's the meme master. And he was a swimmer, so he's really good at doing swimming memes. All right. Well, other than that, I guess we'll see what's going to happen. More news is going to come out shortly about this. They're in meetings right now, I'm sure, about it.
Yeah.
Moving on. Friend of the pod, Coley Stickels, is starting fresh in Frisco, Texas, where actually we didn't meet there, Brett, but there's a lot of conventions in Frisco, Texas. So I've been there a bunch. And he's at Texas Fort Aquatics. So he's got a big private pool owned by a private guy, 50 meters, in the suburbs. Everything you need is right there. Have you talked to him?
Yeah, listen, look, Coley's a friend of mine, and we had conversations about the possibility of this. And, he asked my opinion. I told him to go for it. I said, listen, you're not going to get a better chance at starting a pro team like this. They're going to back it. You got incredible facilities, great place to live. It could be an attraction to, other pro athletes. So why not? So I said, go for it. And he did. He's down there. He just started. Actually, just texted him. He said he was walking onto the deck to get a workout going. He is going to come on the show and talk about it. So it's coming.
Cool.
Believe me.
Good.
So in the next few weeks we'll get him on and get his opinion. But it's just exciting that we finally have a real pro team and some options for these college kids or whoever it is that are stuck in these programs where they feel like they're not getting the attention. Coley's a legitimate world-class coach, so it's exciting. Yeah.
Who's there already?
Beryl's there. I know that Dyer Sato wanted to come out. There's obviously issues between traveling back and forward to Japan and things that he had to do. So that's going to happen. He'll come out at some point. I just don't know when, but they're definitely, that's going to happen. Did you get to spend much time with Coley at all, Sonny?
I unfortunately haven't at all. No, saw him on deck at World Short Course and at the ISL meets, but never crossed paths with him as of yet.
Yeah, well, definitely get a chance to chat with him when you can. He's a smart man, knows what he's doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. There is a new pro group, the Jeff Julian group. So I don't know really much about that either. Nate, what's your opinion there? I'm not sure how do they fund it? How does it happen? And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that evolves as well. So it's exciting that there's kind of two real pro groups happening right now around the country.
Yeah, I don't know how it's funded. I think that's a lot of the questions. I think you just fund it from a big team. If you have a huge team and everyone, you meet with the parents and they got to pay a little more to have this guy on staff and these people come in. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe the professional athletes are paying the coaches as well. Maybe it's a little bit of that.
Yeah, there's got to be some dues of some sort. Yeah. But it's exciting that club teams are now willing to say, hey, let's have a pro arm of our club. That's cool. And we've been kind of shouting for this for a while. So I'm not going to poo-poo on it. This is exciting for me. And, however it's happening, good for them. And let's try and support it. Let's get some kids out to Jeff Julian's group. Let's get some kids out to Coley's group. And let's get these pro groups kind of up and running. It'd be fun.
Mark Schubert's group is a different group again. So there's three pro sort of setups now in America, right?
And I thought I read an article on...
He's at Saddleback El Toro, Mark Schubert. He left Mission Viejo to go Saddleback El Toro, and then Jeff Julian's at Mission Viejo now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I thought I read an article that Greg Troy was going to Texas to start a group too.
Really?
Yeah.
There's actually, I talked to Greg personally, and he told me that there's a new pool in Florida. In what's the name of the city? There's a brand new complex opening up now in this month or next month, and Ocala. I think it's Ocala, Florida.
Oh, yeah, Ocala. That's it. That is where it is.
Yeah, and he's going to head that up. So Greg Troy might be moving to a pro team too. So yeah, maybe there's going to be four. All of a sudden there was kind of none, or maybe a David Marsh group you could call the pro group for sure. And then now we've got four new ones. So exciting times maybe ahead for pro swimming.
Well, I think like one of the things that you've always said on this podcast is how hard it is to be the head coach of an SEC team, let's say, and a pro team, and you're in charge of all of it. And it seems like we've kind of gone away from piling on, and now we're going to have club teams be pro teams instead of the college teams also be the pro teams. Right? So,
well, I've said this on the podcast. I said this, and I don't know if we can clip it at some point, but go back and I think it was the talk with USA Swimming where I said that Anthony Nesty is going to struggle at some point. Okay, he's going to be on. He's under a lot of pressure. He's got the men's team, the women's team. He's got recruiting. He's got this pro group. He's got the two best best
biggest
athletes in
swimmers
the world, biggest swimmers in the world. I said he's going to struggle. Now listen to me. There's rumblings on the street, word on the street. He's already struggling, and I'm hearing it, and I'm telling you, it's too much. It's too much. No man can take that much. I don't care how good he is. He's a phenomenal coach. But there's already rumblings that he's struggling. I'm telling you. Listen.
Not enough time in the day. All right. Moving on to college swimming. So this is kind of perfect. There's been obviously a lot going on. We're about to head into championship season. Second semester additions are here. Coach Marsh is back on the collegiate pool deck. Everything's kind of happened. Did you get to watch UVA NC State at all? Did you see those two girls for UVA? I can't wait to watch them at NCAAs. Gretchen Walsh, Alex Walsh, Kate Douglas. They are just, it's ridiculous what they're doing. UVA throws up all their swimming videos like immediately. So if I can pull this up real quick, I want to watch this 50 backstroke. Also very cool is they weren't even suited,
Oh, those girls are so good, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's watch this 50 back. Hold on.
College swimmers. I mean, it's just nuts.
All right. You ready? She's lane 5, so she 8.765.
Jesus.
Smoked.
So this is the fastest time ever for an American woman, short course yards.
Unsuited too.
Yeah. That was a perfect breakout.
Perfect.
A little up on that lane line, but
nails the finish.
23.0.
I mean, that's so fast, man. If we had a girl on our college team that went 24.5, we were happy. In season, fully shaved, tapered, rested, suited. If she went 24.5, we were pretty happy. That girl just went 23.0.
And we
madness.
met her. We were there for the inter squad meet, and actually, we didn't get. I don't think we talked to Gretchen as we interviewed a bunch of the kids. But we met her outside while we were packing the truck up. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right.
She towered over me. I mean, I'm not quite 6 feet tall, but she looked like a basketball player, not a swimmer, as she was walking out in front of us. So I think she ended up going 50 point in the 100 back right after this. So,
did she really? And yeah, unsuited again?
50 point in the 100 back.
Oh my God, that girl is so good. I mean, they're loaded. I know you don't know. I don't know you don't know college swimming as much, Sonny, but I mean, these girls, this team is ridiculous.
Yeah, here's Kate Douglas right here in the swimming the freestyle anchor. I think she went like 21.2 or something. I mean, it's just so fast. Unsuited.
I mean, did they get the A cut unsuited? They must have.
Yeah,
I mean, if they led off with a 23.0, that's like, yeah.
No,
I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know what a fast time is because, I still watch the NCAAs each year, and that's outrageous. Then, I mean, 20.9 on the anchor.
Yeah, that says
20.9 on the anchor unsuited.
Oh, she went 20.9 at the end. I mean, we should check to see if this time unsuited would have won NCAAs last year.
I'm gonna find this out.
I mean, what's the time? What time did they go? 1:30 what?
1:33.7.
1:33.7. What won NCAAs last year? I mean, it couldn't have been far off.
A little bit faster than that. Not much, but you're right. I think it was like 1:32.
Anyone in the comments section know the answer to this question?
I could pull it up. Do you want to watch the 50 freestyle real quick too?
Let's watch the 53. Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Say, hey, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hey, Dad. He's late for the show.
Yeah, watch the 53 while he tries to find an answer to see if that would have won NCAAs.
133.1 won NCAAs. 133.1. That's actually quicker than UVA went at NCAAs last year. They went 134.1. They had a 24.1 lead off, so already, they're better. And Kate Douglas was 21.1 anchor, so she was quicker anchoring this dual meet in a training suit.
Mate,
133.1 NC State. That was the winning team. 23-2, 25-9, 22-7, 21-2.
That's madness. Madness. They're just doing that on a regular Saturday morning in practice suits.
Unbelievable.
I mean, good luck. Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's do the 53 as well. Come on.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, let's see. What happened in the 53?
I don't want to know.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's boys. That's the boys.
This isn't right. Something's not right.
That's the boys 50.
David Curtis isn't in this. Maybe this might have been a different meet.
He didn't swim the 50?
Sorry.
There was some other pretty fast times. I think Kieran Smith might have gone like a 132 mid, 203 in a speedo, which I thought was pretty crazy. And I also saw some of the Texas guys on day 2 went to the long course swims, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, 132 in a practice suit is a ridiculously good swim, but
It's not this.
No, those female times are just another level.
Yeah. But I don't know if you agree from what you've seen, but women generally in practice can step up a little better. Like they just on from like what they can push and stuff is normally a bit closer to PBs and stuff.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Still, the suits are huge.
Oh, suits are huge.
I mean, a woman's suit should make more difference than a men's suit.
Exactly.
It's coverage.
Yep.
I mean, if she's going 20.9, let's say at the end of that reel, I mean, she's going to go 20.3 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be. I mean, I don't want to put times on it, but geez, sick. I did not see the Florida dual meet results. No, I did not. Not sure what happened there. Can you give us an update?
Well, Kieran Smith was one of them.
Ledecky versus
because Zane Grote in the 500.
Yeah, I think.
Dressel swim?
Yeah, he went 135.
Okay.
That was a 19.3 for David Curtis. Kind of back halved it with a pretty.
He went 19.3 in a practice suit. 19.3.
Yeah.
Dang, that's good too, man. That's moving. I mean, it's good. I guess I went 19.6 in college in a practice suit. True story.
Yeah, there's lots of fast swimming. Rayulette showed up. She graduated high school early. She's swimming for Louisville for Arthur. She went 153 in the 200 backstroke, broke the school record, I think. So she's going to make NCAAs. They just got better, a lot better. So yeah, and then obviously the Kayla Ledecky seems like she's swimming really well. She went 142.
Oh man, she's been on a mission from the games. We know that. We've been talking about that. She got back. She was back in the water a week after the games. Just like, I mean, she's hungry. We know that. It's coming. Yeah, that head-to-head battle. Well, now it's been canceled. That head-to-head battle at Worlds would have been beautiful.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's not over yet. They're going to pull some punches here. We missed Grant House. Grant House got touched out by 1/100th of a second. The top 2 200 freestylers went head to head a couple days ago. Arizona State versus Cal.
Oh, they did? Who's the top 2? Grant and who else?
Gabriel Jett.
Oh, Scott Jett. Scott Jett was an old teammate of mine at Auburn. That's his son.
They have the top 2 times. I think they went 1, and then this was just a dual meet, but they went 134.13, 134.14 or something. So that would have been a good race. There were some fast times out of that those meets. There's a lot of fast times everywhere. So it's we've been talking about it. It's shaping up to be really, really fast, and without anything else on the schedule, it's exciting.
Well, listen, if David Marsh can come in and just help them with their streamlines and their finishes, I think Cal's going to be deadly this year.
Maybe they can make up all those diving points.
Is that too soon? Too soon? Anyone in the comment section? Come on. You got to love my humor, Come on, guys. Oh, my God.
All right. Keeping it moving. We got Herbie. If you don't know who Herbie is, he's the sprint coach at Arizona State. And he's doing great things. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should, because he puts out some of the best content. He puts little clips up, shows you some good high performance technique work. I know you guys talk about the little chart that he just showed, which was awesome. So I got it's just under 2 minutes, but I thought it was one of the best parts of the whole thing. If you want to watch it and then elaborate a little bit on this, Brett.
Yep, check it out.
All right, we'll catch you on the other side.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, we honestly on a lot of the power days don't go above like 6-8 seconds total. And I think even that is pretty important in terms of what the nervous system is able to do. Because if you go too long, you're working speed endurance, and that's what I think a lot of people do, where they kind of make that mistake where even if it's a lot of 25s, I mean, going back to what we were saying, why not do hundreds in for 100 training? I think you can't do that many 25s to really train for a 50 either. Because if you do too many, then you're going too slow there and you're not actually working max speed. I mean, Charlie Francis, who's a pretty well-known track coach who coached Ben Johnson, who was Olympic champion. He's, I mean, asterisk because he had some steroid problems, but he would go max speed, and on their max speed days, if they would go a PR in whatever effort they had, if they had 6:30s and the first one was the best they've ever done, then you'd say go home, because that was the goal of practice, to be max speed. And if you're not going max speed, you're training speed endurance. So we kind of do a similar thing to where when we do 25s max speed on like 2 or 3 minutes, if they go slower than about 0.2 off whatever their fastest one of the session was, we stop there, because then we're training speed endurance, and that's not. I mean, we'll do that later in the week, but that session, if you do 1 or 2 really good ones, that's better than doing 1 or 2 good ones plus 4 or 5 mediocre ones.
Yes, this is Ryan Held's coach, and listen, I don't know Herbie. I didn't mention this in the podcast, but I actually recruited Herbie. I went to his house and I met his mother, and I never talked about it in the podcast for some reason. Funny. But anyway, a lot of people have been asking for a sprint conversation, like an in-depth sprint conversation. I've never kind of really had anyone that I could really connect with, and I saw Herbie, and you recommended, Herbie's doing some great stuff on Twitter, and so I saw it. I invited him on the show, and we just hit it off. This is the best sprint conversation I've had in all the 220 whatever episodes. This is the one, so you're gonna need to listen to this one tomorrow. This is a sprint heavy, in-depth look at how to coach sprinting, how to think about it. This guy really is good. I mean, I'm telling you, he gets it, and I was super impressed with him. This is a good one tomorrow. Check it out.
Yeah, I entitled it a sprint conversation with Herbie Beam. So I think that was spot on.
Yep. But yeah, he's doing some good work at ASU. All those, and look, to Bob Bowman's credit, he's giving him free rein to say, go and get these kids swimming fast. Obviously within the program, but he's doing it, and it should be exciting to see what'll come of that. Yeah.
All right, who else we got? Kayla Sanchez.
Had a great conversation with Kayla Sanchez yesterday. That'll come out next week sometime.
Thursday.
Next Thursday, yeah. She gives us a little breaking news. There's a little breaking news in there in this one. I was very surprised. So
I clipped it. You want to just play it right now?
No.
Come on. It's already good. Just do it.
No. This one, save this one. Let's put it out next Wednesday, because she's coming out Thursday. Save it for next Wednesday.
All right. Well, world record holder Govorov, he'll be on Monday then.
Govorov's Monday. Sonny, what do you know about Govorov?
I had a good mate of mine actually. Went and spent some time with him in Dnipro, in Ukraine. Trained with him. He now works with a German coach. Who you've probably found this all out in interviewing him, but who does a modified version of Ari's program. So they do speed power, speed endurance, that sort of thing, and break it down. It's all quite methodical. A lot of resistance work, and they periodize basically the same session. They periodize through their year. and he's damn fast, right? 22.250 fly long course and 21.4. Yeah. Real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we had a real in-depth conversation, the highs and lows of his career, breaking world records, having surgeries, going through issues within his own country and COVID and travel restrictions and all sorts of stuff going on with him. So the highs and lows of a an epic career that is still ongoing. And look, this was right before they made the announcement. He wanted to be world champion again. He wants to come out and post the fastest time in the world and win a world title again. And so yeah, he's hungry. But
I got a clip.
Interesting to see where it goes.
Butterfly is a different game. Butterfly, I feel I'm talented for butterfly. And last year I was surprised that I'm the best in the world last year. I know that not many competitions 50 fly last year would be, right? But I hold the top 1 ranking. I was not doing a single stroke of butterfly last year. Not even 25. The only one I've done it was the ISL racing. Then I was not touching it in any kind of preparation phase. So I went to the Europeans. I swam 25 meters the day before the race starts, and then I raced in 22.9. So I know that it's there, but my goal,
man, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's an exceptional talent, man.
But it's about the butterfly freestyle. I'm agree. In butterfly, something happening with me that if I'm in shape, I just know how to swim very fast.
Right. Yeah.
I love it.
Hmm.
I didn't even do a 25. Didn't even train for it. Couldn't be bothered to do a 25 fly. Still popped 22.9. Just incredible.
It's amazing when you hear from some of the top athletes in the world and how things come about and what they do. It's like still surprises me that you get stories like that. And you're like, wow, unbelievable. But
crazy.
Him and I have a moment actually that will be with us forever, and we talk about it pretty in depth. I was actually lucky to be on the deck in the stands when he broke the world record. I was standing next to his coach who was filming at RE. We're good friends, and I kind of you can hear me in the video just screaming and yelling at him. And he says he watches that video over and over again, and it makes him cry that wow. somebody would be that passionate about him. He's never had that before. So him and I have this connection that's pretty sweet, and we talk about it. And yeah, it's a cool podcast. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else, boys?
Sonny, you got any more breaking news for us?
No breaking news for now. No, no, it's good.
How long you plan on being in South Africa?
About a month.
Wow.
And then we'll try and meet up and get a little group in Europe for a little bit. Maybe go Tenerife or something. And then Chad will have his nationals, South African nationals, beginning of April. And then we'll have some guys go to the Stockholm meet, also beginning of April. But yeah, no, it's going to be exciting. Obviously, a few things have changed, as they will have for you, Brett, like without Worlds, because that was kind of like everything was ramping up to that. And it gives us more time, which is interesting. But also, once everything starts again, it's going to get busy because as soon as the long course season's over, it's like hectic mode with ISL, World Short Course, sprinkling a few FINA World Cups. It's just going to be mad.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, mate. Make sure you catch up with Adrian out there.
Oh, yeah. You got to say what's up to Adrian.
Absolutely.
I do have to say this was very cool, but I got to be honest with you guys, and I'm just being honest. We were doing this at Auburn 15 years ago. I'm telling you, I did this with my sprinters back 15 years ago. It just wasn't recorded. We didn't have the functionality to kind of put it up on the internet back then or whatever that we have now. But Caleb Dressel doing this drill was fantastic. I loved it. Brilliant. But it is something we did 15 years ago at Auburn for sure. Cool stuff.
I can pull it up.
Pull it up. Let's have a look at it. It is cool stuff. It's good stuff. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. Let's check it out. Let's see if this will play. Boom. Yep. Boom. You just move the bulkheads. Anyone that swam for me knows we did this over and over again many times. Super cool stuff.
Thank you, Kyle Sockwell, for putting that on the internet for us on Twitter. All right, I think that's it, boys. It's good to catch up. Good to see you guys. I know, Brett, we didn't really get to catch with you too much last week. But they hang out with Coach Marsh instead.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just glad. I want to give you guys some props. I'm glad we're fans of swimming, man. I'm glad we're people call us critical of us of calling us fanboys. We are fanboys, man. We love swimming. We love coaching. We're passionate about it. We love everybody in the game. I'm going to give people who are doing it well and doing it at the highest level, I'm going to give them all the props they deserve. I'm going to give them all the love they deserve. And I know you guys are the same way. We are fanboys when it comes to swimming, and we're going to keep it that way. We're not going to allow negativity onto our site. We're not going to allow BS, trashing, and it's just not going to happen here. This is going to be a fanboy site where we're uplifting swimming and coaches, and we work too hard, all of us. Getting out of bed in the morning is no fun for anyone, and to celebrate that the way that we do, that's the way it's going to happen on our program. I know Sonny's the same way with his YouTube channel. It's a celebration of swimming and coaches, and that's the way it's going to stay around here. Okay.
That's right.
Love it. All right.
Good to see you guys.
See you, Sonny.
See you next time, guys.